What is up, YouTube? This is Angelis Gaming here, and today we are back on The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Just gonna do that so the rain's not over it. So, in the last episode, we went to find Hendrik, but unfortunately, the Wild Hunt got to him first. But we found his notes, something about the Bloody Baron. We went to meet the Bloody Baron after also having a run-in with some of his goons. Luckily, we managed to keep things peaceful. So while they were about to start trouble, I kept things peaceful, bought them a drink. When I got to the Bloody Baron, they happily let me in. The Baron already knew who I was looking for, and he offered to help. But he told me that he will tell me what happened to Ciri only if I help him. So I'm on a quest to find his lost family that left him after he went into a fit of rage and basically chased them off. We then found out that his wife, Anna, she miscarried, and he didn't. And when he woke up the next morning after Anna knocked her out, he found the dead baby on the ground and just went bury it without giving it any second thought or naming it or a proper burial. So now we got the botchling and we buried it under the threshold and did a ritual to name it and basically put it at peace. Now we have to wait and wake it up when it becomes what they call a lubberkin, and it will guide us to Anna, and I'm not gonna lie, I keep forgetting the daughter's name. But anyway, that's now you're all caught up on the previous episode. So, let's see what awaits us.
By blood's power I summon you. With your name I beseech you. Hear my call and arise, Dea. Lead me to those bound to you by blood.
It really is sad that Dea became this. Also, in case you haven't played the game before, there is a sprint button, but it's for me, I'm on Xbox, so it's A. But if you look at the top, my sprint bar is going down fast. What I found, if you hold it just long enough, then let go, then hold it again, you can basically sprint forever. Like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can do it a little longer, but I prefer to do it on 3. Ah, dang it! Yeah, I didn't mean to eat. I went play Red Dead last night and with my friends, and the button to call your horse is up on the D-pad. Yoink! I have played this game so many times, and I'm still in love with it.
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there. Might be worth looking around, though. Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. Clothing. They change in here?
Can't go in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Search around the area of smokehouse using your witchers. Oh, there it is.
A bracelet. One of them must have dropped it. Both were here. I'm going the right way. Wants to show me something more.
I guess on the plus side about Dea becoming this, at least now she's at peace. Keep chasing me, see where it gets you. Also, let me know if the audio for the environment is too loud, because if it is, I'll definitely turn it down.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait? Necrophages had a field day. Still worth a closer look.
Oh shit!
Should examine that horse carcass.
One thing I know about those, when they puff up, back off.
Not good.
Come on.
Damn it.
Gotta love the aerodate. Excuse me, horse, I'm just gonna stand on you.
What do we have here? Bones have been here a while. Chewed on the saddle. Necrophages will eat anything these days. Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on. Good thing it doesn't end here. Lost your nerve?
Got it. If it's not one thing, it's another.
fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
Knock knock.
Who's that? Other room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for 2 women, the Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy? Quiet, boy.
I want to help that woman. She could be in danger.
Young and seen no one, my lord. He's a kiddie. Must have dreamt it.
I want to hear this dream then. So, kid, who did you see? Who came here?
Pappy brought her at night. The lady does the medicines. She was all afeared. Talked about an awful monster. Said she had to go back. Dunno where to. Mummy and Pappy cheered her up. Gave her clothes. Hers were ragged.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of our father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother, and they're alive and safe.
Tamara is high. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna, that's another tale. Though anywhere's better than the crow's perch with the Baron.
Why?
'Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I means. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
'Twere like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing o'er the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twere then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
I'd a debt. Owed Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. We thought he was done for. Tamara learnt it. Brought food and salves. We're poorer than dirt itself. She saved my boy. No 2 ways about it. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come. A time of folk gone wrong. We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Married a wise woman.
Crying shame we couldn't save Mrs. Anna in the end.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden. And then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and 2 burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twere the only reason we escaped. The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
What marks?
These, well, like burned on, with hot iron. On the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
Thanks for your help.
The lady. She'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can that she is.
Well, that laugh came out of nowhere. I'll see that she is. He's gonna see if she's okay.
So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
Remember me?
Stable hand pulled you out of the fire.
Won't ever forget that. Here, I'm grateful.
One of the details about this game that you'll notice whenever I get it done, his hair actually will grow.
Looked like you got soused last night too.
Like, if I get him shaved and get a different haircut, sooner or later his hair will end up
Think I got
back
scabies.
exactly like this. Well, maybe not exactly like this, depending on the hairstyle you get, but the hair actually does grow, and it's a nice little attention to detail.
Witcher, a word, please.
What is it?
That night, when the Baron ordered everyone to lock their doors, stay inside. What did you and the Baron do?
Gotta ask the Baron about that. Speaking of which, know where he is?
Garden. Spends a lot of time sitting there of late.
Drunk.
No. Don't drink, don't eat. Just sits.
There you are.
See the hollyhock there? The violet blooms. Brought the plants here from Nazaire. Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, called birds of paradise in Zerrikania. But Tamara called them dragons of paradise. She adored them. Damn shame I'll never learn which blooms would please Dea most. Though it's good to know her spirit's free.
Your loss. It must hurt. Bad. But there wasn't anything we could do.
No. Not now. Not anymore. It was too late. That was clear. Should have acted earlier. Taken them all from this damned villain. In this hole. This reesty mire. Nothing could go right here.
Got some information about your family.
You've learned something? Well, let's go inside. It's a bit chilly out. Any news for me?
Your daughter's in Oxenfurt.
What the blazes? She all right? In good health? Safe? Why haven't you brought her back?
Never offered to do that.
How do you know she's safe? You see her at least?
No, but I talked to the man who helped her escape and then took her in. Tamara is safe and sound. From what I gathered, she has no desire to see you again, no intention to return.
I shan't trust some peasant dolt. I shan't trust whoever it is helped her. I need to know for certain she's safe. Go to her. You must be sure. See her yourself. I shan't believe anyone else.
That much I can do.
I'm grateful. Take this, call it enticement, and this might prove useful.
What is it?
A letter of safe conduct. Ever since the Redanians took hold of the Pontar Delta, they made it damned hard to get to Novigrad without one. Very well. You were to find them both. What of Anna? Learned anything?
Nothing yet, but I'm on her trail.
Well, what are you waiting for?
For you to tell me about Ciri, like we agreed.
Fine. A word once given. When Ciri was on the mend, we took her out on a hunt. Thought a bit of galloping would warm up her limbs, gone stiff from so much bed rest. That lass of yours, pure luck in the flesh. To hunt down a wild boar that size, why, worthy of one of King Foltest's feasts, were he still among the living. Ciri, come! Our haunt should be yours as I see it.
Aye, you done well, lass.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But who goes boar hunting with a sword?
No bow at hand, no spear. My sword was all I had.
Well, you brandished it beautifully. Where'd they teach you that, anyway?
At Kaer Morhen.
Witcher school there, aye. But they only took lads, as I recall.
They made an exception for me.
Right. Mean to say you're a she-witcher?
Not entirely. The mutations, I was never subjected to them. But everything else I know, I learned from the witches there.
Know any of them potions?
Not so much. A bit.
'Cause you see, at times I get this pinching back here.
Shut it, Egrin. Nobody cares about your backside. A woman could swing a sword. I've knowed one. But never seen a lady mount anything but a cock proper. All tipsy on horseback. Nothing strange on account they bloody mount them sideways.
Perhaps you'd care to wager?
Think you can outrun me on an horse? Naturally. What's the stake?
Black mare. The one in the stable.
Oh, that won't do it all.
What happened? You get the jitters?
No.
So why not?
The horse is mine.
To race the Baron himself. I'd consider it an honor.
Oh, that'd be a sight to behold.
Would it ever?
Done. But if I win, I take your sword.
Agreed.
I'd not drink any more this night. You'll want your head about you. We start at daybreak. The day dawns.
Ready?
As ever, first one to the tower.
Man chop! Come on, Ciri, don't you embarrass us!
Hold on, I just want to see where on the map we are. Oh, not far.
Want that horse, don't ya?
Had one just like
It's just something I've always wondered, like, where exactly we do the race at.
Kick it.
Show how it's done!
I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed the sound of just horses running.
You're wind, not woman. Worthy of the best horse. The mare is yours.
Thank you!
What?
Another chance to win.
She screamed like a mad woman. In an instant, all had forgotten the wager. Every man ran to save his skin, even were it to break his neck.
And they make it?
Some, aye. Others were not so fortunate. But what happened then? I must say, Witcher, seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Uh-oh. I know that look.
You're a fast learner. You'll know the rest once you find my wife.
Working on it.
And making piss-poor progress.
They split up. Hadn't considered that possibility before. But don't worry. I'll find Anna too. Heard anything about there being witches in Velen?
I pay no heed to peasant babbling. Common folk see witches, wizardry, devils, and who knows what the fuck else every which way they turn.
So long.
Okay, so first we're gonna go to
Looked like you got soused
Tamara
last night too.
and see what she's up to.
Wait, Witcher! When you find my daughter, will you give her this?
A ragdoll?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Halt! No passage.
Case of the plague surface in the city or something?
The plague? No. We're to not let folk in the city. It's an order, so I don't, unless someone's got a pass.
What kind of pass are we talking about?
Well, a normal one. A transit pass.
Who issues them?
How should I know? I'm a lowly soldier.
Who ordered the city gates closed?
Word is the king doesn't want paupers and refugees pissing all over his beautiful city. Apart from which, when folk can go hither and thither, always a chance some spy will slink through. This way, scot it harder. So, no pass, no passage.
This what you mean?
Let me look at that. Missing a seal, the red one.
Impossible.
Department of Civil Defence forgot again. They're really off their heads these days. Happens, so be it. You may come through.
Steve, come through.
He's saying that the Department of Civil whatever is off their game. Meanwhile, you got this guy sleeping. Don't you just feel safe when you find out that the guards that are in charge of keeping the city safe are all asleep? Well, not all asleep, but even one being asleep can get a lot of people killed.
Watch your step.
Especially if you're guarding the gate.
Stay out of my
Are you a witcher?
Yes, I am a witcher.
What the devil?
Well, we're here.
Greetings, Master. What can I do for you?
Got a razor and shears? Good. Make me look decent.
Yeah, there we go. That's the hairstyle I always get.
Fairy tales. Did he have
Hey, ya!
I just like this hairstyle because it's reminiscent of his hairstyle in the believe on the cover of the game. It's either on the cover or in like the main title screen.
Looking to make some coin too, hey?
What can I get for this? Have everything from apples to zam.
Gotta say though, that is a pretty
Slower.
looking ship. I believe that's the king's ship, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm looking for Tamara, the Bloody Baron's daughter. Your brother said I'd find her here.
Wojtek send you, sir.
How else would I know she was here?
Wait a moment. I'll fetch her straight away.
You're looking for me, and who might you be? My father send you?
Yeah, to see if you're still alive. And well. I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk about.
Your father's a vile man. You're angry and bitter. Can't blame you.
Why do you help him then? Why did you take this job?
Because he knows something about someone dear to me. Promised to tell me if I found you and your mother.
Got it. A bit of blackmail. Just his style. Well, now you've found me, you can tell him I'm alive and I'm never coming back.
Before I agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events. Tell me yours.
Mine? It's dull as life amidst the swamps. My earliest memories are of a drunken father lying under the stairs, caked in mud and clutching a bottle. Next dozen years, pretty much the same. Father would drink, disappear for days, then come home in a rage and send furniture flying. Thank the gods for war. I was glad every time they sent him off. And the quarrels. I remember him screaming at Mum, the thuds as he beat her, then her sobbing. I'd hide under my bed and long for silence. That's the long and short of it. Multiply by 19 and there you have my life. Finally, we'd had enough, Mum and me. He crossed the line and we fled.
Wojtek claims your mother had strange marks on her hands, and that a monster dragged her into the woods. That true?
We were riding towards the river. Suddenly, Mum cried out, bent over, almost fell off her horse. I rode up to her and saw something strange. Her hands were on fire. And then that creature leapt from the woods. I don't know what it was, but it roared so fierce my nose bled. I saw it topple trees. I've never been so scared in my life. And that thing grabbed my mum and disappeared into the woods. I wanted to turn back, go after them, but the horses panicked. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
I don't mean to pry, but I know your mother had a miscarriage.
His doing? He shoved her, she fell, that's how it started. We were alone, no one to help, blood everywhere. Worst night of my life.
Sorry. Must have been hard for you both.
Mum was in shock. She was raving that it was better this way, that she never wanted the child. Must have had a fever. She was losing blood the whole time.
She didn't want the child?
Said she'd sooner cut open her guts than bear another child from his seed.
What will you do now?
Find my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help me.
What about your father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care. I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire? A priest helped me contact the Redanian witch hunters. Righteous, brave men. They'll help me.
Well, well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster slayer. Though I hear you're good at tracking things down.
Desperate fathers have been known to do a lot to find their daughters.
Unexpected from a witcher. I thought your mutations cleansed you of humanity. Stripped you of emotions.
You don't need mutations to strip men of their humanity. I've seen plenty of examples. Glad you know who I am. Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden, witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the Bloody Baron sent you to fetch his daughter, you'd best face it. You will fail in your task.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it. As for Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another. The Hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you.
Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the Eternal Fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Before you go, your father asked me to give you this.
Clara? Father told you to give me Clara. Funny how he thought to buy me back with a memory. Tell him one gesture could never make up for a ruined childhood. So long, Witcher. In spite of all, I'm grateful you gave me a choice. Didn't force me to go back to the tyrant.
Hope you know what you're getting yourself into. So long, and good luck.
I'm listening. What do you come to me with?
Gave Tamara your gift.
How'd she react?
Probably not like you'd have wanted. She threw the doll away.
Threw it away? Oh, gods, I hoped, despite all. Well, what of Anna?
Still don't know anything specific, but I'm on her trail.
Well, will you stand there like a knob? Find her!
So long.
Find the witch on your own or ask the residents of Midcup about her. Visit Tristan or how? No, we can't do that one yet.
Go gather roots with me.
Okay, we're almost there. So now we just gotta find info on the witch that possibly helped her, if I remember correctly.
Where'd you come from?
Well, you saw me. I came from that way and I rode on a horse.
Got any boy?
What's new in the broad world?
Somebody nicked me dolly. So, someone's coming. So, gonna try to charm him? Did the witch give you luggage? Why? She didn't. Didn't ask much for it either. Maybe I should pay her a visit. How'd you get there? Path past the pond. Follow it till you reach a lone rock. Round that and head right off the path into the woods. Then keep straight. You'll know you've gone the right way when you pass an abandoned cart.
Ought to be able to find the witch now. Heard you talking about a witch. I'd like...
You heard wrong. And you've wandered too far. Meager hovels here, that's all. You should get back on the high road whence ye came.
I mean, I can get why they wouldn't want to say anything about where she's at, because with the witch hunters,
Be a large stone near the pond.
because with the witch hunters, it doesn't matter if you're a good witch or a bad one, they'll kill you all the same.
Now right, and onto the cart. The cart. Witch's hut is somewhere nearby.
Miss, cows are wheezing, won't rise from the barn floor. Pus streams from her snout.
Do I look like a dairymaid to you?
No, miss, but you know things. 'Tis our last cow. None other left in the village.
Rest died of hunger, or soldiers let him off. Oh, we're as good as dead without her.
I shall give you herbs. Mix them with water drawn from the spring at midnight, then make the cow drink them. But first, you must clean out your barn. Thoroughly. Is that clear?
Thank you, miss. 1,000 thanks.
I've had my fill for the day. Go home.
She's in a foul mood. We'd best come back on the morrow.
Watch what you say. She's quick to ire, apt to take revenge.
Bitch is in a...
Anyone home? Now, where's she run off to? Managed to amass quite a book collection. Powerful aura. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to.
Makes sense, I guess. Especially with a small house, you would want to
Well,
have a place
nice.
where people can't find you.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs. Don't be shy.
Missed a spot.
Where? Hope you didn't come to gore.
No. To talk.
Turn around and wait.
Kira Metz, deep in the heart of Velen. Thought you hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do. Now more than ever.
Heard a witch lived out here. Never would have guessed it was King Foltest's former advisor.
I'm so pleased the world's still able to astound you, Geralt. I actually envy you that sense of wonder. Common in children, knights errant, and morons.
Someone's grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end, burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Changing the subject. I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Oh, really? Who?
Apparently she quarreled with the local witch.
Someone's been feeding you horse shit. The girls around here are too stupid to quarrel with me.
She's not from here.
You're up to something, Geralt. If I'm to help you, you must tell me what's going on. Who are you looking for?
Ciri.
Ciri? Well, now I understand the secrecy, not to mention the brooding, the furled brow. And you say she had some sort of problem with a witch?
So you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently, someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
He say anything else about her?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
My undying gratitude. Good enough.
It's nothing to sneeze at, but you've a knack for getting into trouble. I should probably ask for something more immediately deliverable. Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cirilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but an elven mage.
What was an elven mage doing in Velen?
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
Oh, but you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him?
Yes, he said he found a hideout in some elven ruins near the village of Midcopse. I'll go there with you.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it. Besides, I know you think as I do, that she might be there. And I'd like to see Cirilla too.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's. This is the place.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate, I've no idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.
Come on! Gvella Glan.
Wild Hunt.
What? Phantom Riders? That means... I thought they didn't exist.
Feast your eyes on the non-existent then. Got a navigator with them.
What?
Can you teleport us to the other side?
I'd rather teleport us home. Do you really mean to follow them?
Teleport. Hurry up.
Not sure I like any of this.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you like it. If they're here, then we need to hurry.
Ready. Follow me.
Damn portals. Wonder where Kira is now.
It's like, drowners, they are one of the more annoying enemies in the game, but definitely not the hardest. Now, water hags, oh, I hate fighting those things. Because all they do, they sit at a far distance and just throw stuff at you. And it wouldn't be so bad, but when they throw stuff at you, it actually, the mud actually will cover the screen, so it makes it harder to see where you're going. Come on. It's better to take that stuff out before you walk into it. I believe it was saying she's this way. Oh boy, not these.
Stay calm. They're only rats.
I hate rats!
Why? They're cute.
Thank you.
You that afraid of rats? Could have annihilated them with one spell. Fine, won't say anything. So what happened to you?
There's something here. Something that distorts teleportation. I've no idea how they managed to get to the other side problem-free.
Wild Hunt's teleportation magic is different. Got specially trained mages for that. Navigators, they call them.
They can have 3 helmsmen and a parrot for all I care. I'll not risk that again.
Let's go. Wild Hunt got a good head start on us, but we still stand a chance.
Have you gone completely mad? We must leave here at once.
I gotta know what the Wild Hunt's doing here.
But we came to find the elven mage, not fight the hunt.
If they reach him first, we won't get a chance to talk to him. Besides...
Go on, finish. Wait, you've got some special interest in the hunt. Is this about Ciri? There's something you've not told me, isn't there?
Come with me and maybe I will.
Are you always like this? I'm beginning to feel sorry for Triss and Yen.
Oh, very well. Let's go. Gavella Glan.
There we go. Gotta love the cat potion. Although it sucks whenever you accidentally use it in broad daylight, because then you go blind.
That's him. That's the elf.
What was that? An illusion?
No, a morphotic projection.
A what projection?
Something akin to a postbox for mages. Much safer than an ordinary letter, which anyone can intercept en route to its recipient.
Message was definitely for Ciri, daughter of the Gull, Laura Doran's heir.
Indeed, it is what the elves would title Ciri. But what was the bit about the sign of her sword, a riddle?
Yeah, not a hard one though. Not if you know Ciri named her sword Tirel, Swallow.
Come now, who aside from you would know that?
Might have been the point. Your elven mage secured the passage, hid it, so that only Ciri could find it.
He failed to foresee that someone like you would show up.
Nevertheless, I think he was expecting uninvited guests. Made some preparations. Let's hope the Wild Hunt ran into some obstacles.
Well then, let's go. Do you think following the swallows will suffice?
We'll see.
Luckily, I was able to find superior cat potion.
Must have been how they got here by sea.
I wonder how long ago that was.
So since I was able to get that, it lasts a lot
That
longer.
oily yellow water, it's toxic.
I hardly need instruction from you. I recognize the Alpine moraine.
Terrible.
Well, he survived. Come on.
Probably wasn't a smart choice.
Swallow. Seems we're headed the right way.
Wait, what? Huh? Oh. Not gonna lie, I thought I was going the wrong way at first. Oh, there he is again.
Look, it's rather similar to that other pillar with the projection.
Cyril, ni fordo sol esser in. Cyril, ni fordo sol esser in. Hein silla kelpi.
Kelpie? Does he mean that sea monster?
No, that's what Ciri named her mare. Horse could apparently gallop like a demon.
Good name for a horse. So, shall we look for it?
Gavella Glan.
There it is.
Drawing of a horse. Clue for Ciri. Must be.
I mean, it was kind of obvious, even if this was my first time, because he says sometimes the path forward is not always the most obvious. And it wore off.
Kelpie.
And now we're back.
Another horse. Almost exactly like the last one. Let's see what this does.
Geralt, I don't know what you did, but it worked. Come back here. Look, they're opening. Let's go. Well, now I know what distorted my effort at teleportation. This very portal.
And I know why I landed in that drowner nest.
You should be pleased you emerged from the portal in one piece.
And everyone still wonders why I hate to be teleported.
We must try to activate it.
I think that's a swallow.
Come.
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The Elven Mage prepared this passage for Ciri. Come on now. I've a bad feeling about this.
Tyrael not recognized. Destroy the intruder.
Especially with these guys, you definitely need to land 3 hits and then back away. Because you don't want to be locked in an animation when he starts swinging at you.
Come on, come on.
Arendite is definitely getting a power upgrade. In fact, I want to show y'all. Because I was mentioning a while back that the Arendite upgrades in damage. That is why it's honestly my favorite sword of the whole game.
That's so? Make sure and tell me beforehand next time.
My intuition's a fine instrument, Witcher. Don't underestimate it.
Okay, let's see what we got over here. Let's see what we got over here.
I've some very good feelings about you, for instance, in several domains. Once you finally find Ciri, what will you do? Any plans?
Depends what she wants.
Imagined it? How it will transpire? What will she say? What will she look like?
No.
I'm sorry for getting ahead of myself. At times I forget. We hardly know each other. Certainly not enough to discuss personal matters.
Not to worry. We'll get there. Teleport over there.
We must activate it quickly.
Another swallow.
Look, it worked. Come on.
Let's go.
Look, we've managed to cross the bridge. This is where we saw the wild hunt.
Great. Means they're way ahead of us. Come on.
Gavella Glan.
One of the other reasons I like the Arendite...
Definitely.
One of the other reasons I like the Arendite, just want to say this real quick, is when you're fighting a really tough monster, if you can just keep landing those blows and avoiding it, it doesn't matter if it has a skull for its level, you can still beat it with the Arendite. Like, this thing just destroys if you use it right.
They destroyed
Use it
the
right, the
major
Arendite.
sentries. They didn't come here for a friendly chat with the elf.
Meaning you ever thought they might have? Froze them before they could attack.
Shut up! Esai Isa. Jada doin nilin yama. Ren! Shen Tabir!
What is this?
The White Frost, mage from the Hunt summoned it. Can you see all those cracks it's blowing through?
They're too far. We must get closer. I shall shield us with Demisha Pressed Surge. Stand at my side. Lari and Annoy! Ready. Stay close. Hey, Nicola! We must close them!
Want me to go?
I'll do it! Just cover me! Kala!
How long you gonna make me wait?
Angal Stamina! It worked! Darian Hanoi!
Kira! What's wrong?
It'll pass. That took a great deal of power.
If you can't go on,
You can't leave me here.
I'd never do that. Love to be able to say we could stay here a while and rest.
I know. I know. We must go on.
They blocked the passage. Maybe I can try.
Leave it to
There
me.
we go.
Bella Glan. Come, we might still catch them.
Making sure I have all my potions, because if I remember correctly, there's gonna be another guy waiting to fight us.
Thanks for your help. Pretty tough slog.
Good thing I came with you. You'd never have managed without me, would you? Come now, admit it.
Yeah, never.
If I remember correctly, I think there's something over here that I can get.
Just wonderful. Lost a nerve.
Just
He
like I said.
awaits us.
Just like I said, he was waiting.
You're stubborn one.
Geralt, I shall help you.
Step back.
Stop telling me what to do.
I wonder how long you last.
One thing I don't like about fighting this guy, you gotta try to do as much damage to him as possible, because he will heal eventually.
Come on.
And he starts sticking the those frost wolves on you.
He's opening a passage.
Stay calm. Focus.
Not what I wanted. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Not good.
Come on, buddy. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Have a taste.
Time to end this.
No.
Another brick.
Come on, just come on already.
Damn it.
Look, see how much he heals every time he does that? Come on. Aaron died, motherfucker.
Are you well and whole? I did.
Unnecessarily. Let's look around.
If I've another message for Siri.
Larena Lune.
All right. Let's watch this message.
Cyril, this place is no longer safe. Do not tarry here long. trust no one. And above all, beware the witches of Crookback Bog. Try to reach the place where last we were together.
Where last we were together, not much to go on. Damn it.
Perhaps it's best he didn't leave a clearer message. The Wild Hunt broke in here. Surely they saw the projection.
They searched everything, and if they had more time, they'd probably have torn the place to the ground. But that doesn't change the fact that we haven't learned anything. Not about the elf, not about Ciri.
Well, we know they were well acquainted and traveling together.
Wonder why they split up.
Perhaps because the Wild Hunt was on the elf's trail, and Ciri would be safer if they did.
The witches of Crookback Swamp.
Crookback Bog.
Kira, if you're hiding something...
But I didn't say...
You know these witches?
I've never met them, but I've read of them. In an old manuscript I found in one of the huts in the village. It mentions the village witches venturing into Crookback Bog at times to liaise between the villagers and the crones, the ladies of the wood. The crones appear to be intolerant of outsiders, but they help the local folk. Apparently, they stopped the spread of the plague in Velen.
What's your take on this?
I'd love to shrug it off as the nattering of so many old women, yet throughout my first fortnight in Velen, I had horrible nightmares. Something was calling me out into the swamps. One night, I decided to enter the dream consciously, render it lucid. I confronted the thing directly. It broke contact at once. Peaceful nights ever since.
Why didn't you say anything earlier? I told you Ciri had a run-in with a witch.
Well, I had no idea you meant then. If I'd told you something, you would have rushed off to find them. But we needed first to confirm that Ciri was here, didn't we? I shall tell you everything now, of course.
Now? After I safely led you through the cave?
I can't believe you'd think so poorly of me. Perhaps you do bear a grudge against sorceresses.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine where that comes from. How do I find them?
The swamps are vast, dangerous, but they say the crones mark the way for peasants who wish to visit them. The manuscript mentions a chapel in Crookback Bog, and from that chapel one must follow a trail of treats.
Treats?
Of course. They didn't read you bedtime stories at Kaer Morhen. All normal folk know that witches live in gingerbread houses poised atop chicken legs.
I'll have to see that to believe it.
Take the tome and read it. I truly do believe you'll find your Cirilla. All right then. As a start, let's look for a way out of here.
Good idea.
Why do we even come?
Mysterious mage herbalist. Strange. My medallion's trembling, but there's nothing here. What's with this wall?
It's an illusion. I sensed it as well. I expected we might run into such things, so I brought this.
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nahalani. It dispels illusions. It's easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Thanks.
Okay, she gave me something. Oh.
Simple, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Let's see where the passage leads.
Do you feel that? A flow of fresh air from the left. Must be an exit that way.
Good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, there's still the magic lamp.
The magic what now?
Lamp. The elf promised it to me in exchange for my help. And since his return here seems doubtful, I must retrieve it myself. If I can find it, that is. Will you help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Splendid. Come then.
Gavella Glan.
We're certain to find something here.
Whew. Well, I'm gonna cut this episode here because I know that once we help her find the lamp, it then brings us into a whole quest line, and I would prefer to keep all that in one episode. And also, this one's already pretty long enough. But I gotta say, the more and more I'm playing again, the more and more I'm happy to be playing again, because I've always loved this game, and I always will. Even after Cyberpunk, this game will always be one of my top favorites. But yeah, one thing I need to do, I need to go back and find a place to get some weapon repair stuff. And then also should probably go ahead and enchant some of this stuff to make it more, make me be able to handle a lot more. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Not really much to report on for future updates. So with all that being said, thanks all you so much for watching. If you liked it, subscribe, leave a like, and as always, please leave a comment down below, because your comments are the only way I can improve on these. And if you want to chat me directly or check out updates on the channel, check me out on Twitter at Antilles Gaming. And with all that being said, I will see all of you in the next episode.